Okay, so I would like to share a teaching method that I'm using in my materials characterization class, MSc 5322. I started using this method back in 2018, and since then, every fall I'm using it. So the method that I use is called trade show. So what I'm teaching in this course is different approaches for characterization of materials. So this is optical microscopy, scanning electron microscopy, transmission electron microscopy, X-ray, diffraction, scanning probe microscopy, and etc. And many other methods. So I typically go through lectures, explain all about these techniques, but what I do next, what is novel, this is something that I called customer consultant role plays, and the final project is a trade show. So what happens? Once when we learn all the characterization methods, theory behind that, the students have assignments, they actually have a midterm and final exam. But the practical application of this method is a role play. So I split the students into customers and consultants, and the customers have to first form customer problems. So they have to come up with any type of material problem. Some people used, you see, sneakers, some people used artificial hips, tires, some different problems, and they have to define a problem. They have to come up with that. Actually, every student is also a customer, so each student has to come up with a problem. After that, they submit those to me. They also have to propose techniques that they would use to characterize these materials. But this is just for me. So I keep these problems with me. And the next stage is a trade show. The trade show is kind of a day or a class when all the students come together to the class, and part of them are actually, they're all both customers and consultants. So the customers, half of the students with their problems in their hands, go around trying to find the right person to hire to analyze their samples. The other half of the students are consultants. So what they do, they have their presentations ready or posters. So here you could see a student with a poster, and they have their presentations ready on different characterization techniques. And as the customer approaches, the consultant explains what the technique is, and they try to make a deal, and customers try to hire these consultants to solve their problems. Then they switch, and then the people that were customers are now consultants. So each of the students have an opportunity to present their technique and to present their problem. At the end of the trade show, they are paired up, and we end up with, now every student or team writes a solution for those customers for all these problems that they offered. The consultants actually now write papers or reports how they would analyze these materials, which techniques, why, what is the resolution, everything as a professional report. And so that gives me opportunity to see how would they apply their techniques. The most fun part is the trade show, where students, this is literally like a little conference where they talk about science and characterization techniques. They get excited. Actually, it was really hard to stop the discussions. They would stay every year. They stay like an hour later longer and talk about their research and everything, and they exchange information. So it's like a real little conference. Of course, we have cookies and coffee and everything, and visits from Brian here visited us as well, and we invite other people. So this was a very effective way of learning and teaching, and I think that students really like it. So first of all, they gain a lot of skills. It's fun for them, and they learn some kind of extra skills, entrepreneurial communication, negotiation, teamwork, and their feedback is really great. So I think they really enjoy it, and it's funner for me to, you know, to teach them in that way and test their knowledge in that way. So that's my method of teaching.